Hey guys, I'm IzDaisho here bringing you some Hearthstone. Today we're going to be playing some more Arena. Hopefully we're going to get a couple more wins with this one before we lose one. 4-2 is always a little bit scary on the bubble, that kind of thing, but you know, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully this time it'll work out. I think it will. I think we'll get there. What do you guys think? You think that we're going to win? Going to win some games? Obviously, you can just look at the length of this video, and if it's like 5 minutes, then, you know, probably lost one. And if it's 45 minutes, probably won a couple, but, you know, that'd be cheating. Don't do it. Don't be cheaters. Alright, got ourselves a little bit of a wild growth action. Probably don't need either of these two in the opener. We got the River Croc. Wild growth is not a bad one to keep, though. Alright, so what do I want to do here? Depends on my first draw, but I'm probably just going to do nothing on turn 1 and play River Croc on turn 2. Nope. I'm going to coin out a Wild Growth because I want to play that Imp Master on 2. Imp Master on 2 is pretty good against this guy unless he has exactly Shadow Word Pain. And even then, he's wasting a crystal on turn 3 to use it, and he doesn't get rid of the 1/1, so I get some value out of it no matter what. Even though it's only minimal value. If you don't understand what I'm saying, so if he uses Shadow Word Pain here, which he would have to, then he leaves over a crystal, so he doesn't use it this turn, so he's not playing a 3-drop, and it's kind of a waste for him. I'm able to get on the board much quicker. Maybe I should have played the 2/2 drops there, because Oasis Snapshot doesn't really present so much damage. But either way, this is going well so far. That's kind of what I was saying. You just play something like that that's way bigger than anything I've got. I could just use a swipe to get rid of it, but I think it's a little bit better for me to just hit it with all my things and then play a 3-power guy, so that doesn't happen again. Because if I had just played the 3-power and the 2-power guy, I could have just traded this and the leftover 1/1 and gotten some value out of it that way. But fortunately, next turn, I can drop a real card, I can play an Archmage. If I had, like, Chillwind Yeti into Silverhand Knight this game, then it would be much different, but, can't always get everything. Alright, that's a better choice here. He can't really do anything about Sunwalker. I mean, he can attack into it and then heal, I guess, but that doesn't really do anything. And it allows me to just, if he doesn't kill this, just hit and trade. So, ugh, that is so good. That is unbelievably good. All right, what to do? Wish I had this Archmage out, man. Okay, so if I swipe here and then hit, and then I can shapeshift and hit, and then I can still trade there, I guess. I don't know. I think that's probably going to be my best option. Get to clear the board. I don't even have to kill the, or I guess I do want to kill it, because I'd rather a 4-2 than a 3-2. And also I just want to prevent him from healing up, so. Okay, I mean, obviously that wasn't good for me. Actually, it's not that obvious, but basically Cable Shadow Priest was a straight up 2-for-1, and that always sucks. Alright, you got yourself a Shadow form. So now I'm gonna, I guess, hope that he doesn't have a Shadow Word Death here. Will I? Maybe I'll just play a couple of things first. Yeah, let's do that. But Shadow Form is really bad for me. He's going to get a lot of advantage out of that thing, and the game's not even close to over. At least he can't heal up, but, I mean, he's still at 28, so it's not really a concern for him yet, I wouldn't think. Alright, there's a Frost Elemental. That's pretty good for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he went upstairs with the Ooze as well. Definitely just going to trade here and hope that there's no Shadow Word Death in hand. They don't play, I mean, they don't always, it's not like an auto pick Shadow Word Death, so There's a possibility that he doesn't even have one, but it'd be kind of annoying. You can't quite kill it with the Frost Elemental and a ping, so that's good for me. And looks like he is going to die this turn, though. Or maybe not. Oh my god, if I just had any spell right now, that'd be insane for me. Alright. So I think I just want to kill this thing. And this thing. Maybe I just go upstairs with this guy. It's probably better. And play a couple of 4s. It's better than playing a 6 and a 2 here, I think. Especially because this 6 is better as the game goes along, because then my opponent's like, oh, I can kill him next turn if he doesn't do anything. And then I'm like, well, I'm going to do something. But the reason why I went upstairs with this guy is because I think I'm in a losing position, so I'm willing to take more risks. And that sucks, but I guess I could have played around mind control. How long were we on 10 crystals for? Was this the first turn he got to 10 crystals? No, he had 10 crystals last turn too, so there's no real way I could have predicted that, I don't think.
I am the blade of the gods.
Alright, so I mean, I guess my only hope is that he plays 2 more creatures out, and I get to steal my 8/8 back. Yeah, if I had just hit into this, then he wouldn't have had this alive. I would have just been able to easily trade, so that really does suck, but I mean, that happens. Alright, so he's just trading. All of these cards in hand have to be creatures. Well, there's 1. 2. Oh no, the last one can't be a creature, because played Ventrico. Oh well. That is dead. That is a dead show. Well played. I don't know. I don't really think that I should have played around mind control there. Maybe I should have done it a little bit earlier, but it's not even a card that people really pick up that frequently. It's sure, I mean, I could have played around it, but I don't really think that it was worth my while to do so. Maybe it was a mistake, but I don't know. A little bit of an annoying way to go out. I really think this deck was much better than 4 wins, but you know, it happens. I did get a lot of gold for that. That was what, 75? Something like that? Wow, that was bad. Alright, so we got 4 wins. That one lost. Draw on Priest. And we got 75 gold. No dust. Alright, let's see what we opened. Rare. Ooh, legend. This is gonna be a saucy one. 2 wild pyros, and it would be really flavorful if this was Ragnaros the Fire Lord, but I'm really hoping for a Harrison Jones. Another Alex Strauza. Okay, I mean, at this point I have most of the legends, so the double up is fine, and this guy is flavorful enough. I mean, he's a dragon shooting fire, so, you know, double wild pyro, Alex Strauza pack. I accept, but it's just going to get disenchanted right away. I don't even think that there's any chance that Alex Strauza gets nerfed anytime soon. It's just like an average card. I don't even play it anymore. I have a warrior control deck, and I just took it out for Ysera because I found that Ysera is actually able to win games against other control decks, whereas Alex Strauza, like, very, very, very rarely is able to win you a game against an aggro deck. But I don't know. I don't have trouble with aggro decks anyway, so I don't know why I want that card. Alright, so only 400 dust from that one. Always unfortunate, but you know, I'm not going to complain. Anytime you open a legend, that's pretty nice. Alright, so let's do some additional videoage, because you may as well. I'm rank 4 5 stars. One of my last 7 games in a row with Hunter beat down, so obviously, oh wait, let's show you the deck before we jump in. So it's obviously not going to work out for me, and I'm obviously going to lose, but yeah, this deck, it's funny because this was the deck that people were running before the mid-range Hunter was discovered, and now that that deck has been discovered and nerfed, people completely left Hunter, but this deck is still insane. This is like really similar to the Sulfuric Vortex deck that I had a while ago. I think that was running 1 Freezing Trap instead of 2 Misdirection. It was like the opposite of those two. But other than that, it's just very, very similar. And this deck is really, really sweet. I mean, it just does very, very well against the current metagame. It does fine against Druids. Basically what you do is you just deal a lot of damage before they can get their Taunters up. They don't get their Taunters up till turn 5 or 6 or so. And even with a Wild Growth, unless they get an Innervate, and then that's tough to beat sometimes. But even when they do play them, you still have a couple Hunter's Marks and an Owl. So you do have some play against those decks. But yeah, you just get a lot of damage through first, and then you try and save your kill commands. I mean, that's the most important thing against Druid matchups, and also Warlock Handlock, because they also play giant taunters, is save your kill commands until the late game, and then all you have to do is just drop any beast, couple of kill commands, shoot. That's 12 damage that they can't stop, and generally that's going to be enough. But the reason why I'm playing this deck is because there's so many people just dropping like Miracle Rogues where they're like, oh, turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3, I'm going to do nothing. That'll be great for me. And I'm here, and I'm just like, Leper Gnome, shoot, 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 Eagle Horn Bow. I mean, I just get so much damage in past them early on that that it really works out for me. And the main reasoning that this deck works is because it has so many ways to push through extra damage past Taunters. Not that many people are playing heal. I mean, sometimes the Druids are playing Healing Touch, and when they do that, it's pretty tough to win, because a lot of my cards, when I'm playing Wolf Rider, it's going to try and get in 3 or 6 damage. I mean, if it does either of those two things, then I'm very, very happy with it. Most of the time, it just gets in 3. But against Rogue, often enough, it'll get in 6. And they just can't really kill me quick enough, or as quickly as I can kill them. And that's why this deck is really successful right now. And it doesn't take that much strategy. I'm not going to pretend that it does. But this deck is just an amazing call for the metagame right now. People are playing stupid decks, and they should get punished for that. So I'm here to punish the people for playing stupid decks. I don't care if people think that this deck is easy to play or whatever, or it's annoying to play against. Clearly it is. But yeah, I tried a version of this deck a little while ago that didn't have Unleash the Hounds, because Unleash the Hounds is really not that good anymore. But it does provide you with enough staying power and draw to actually get back into the game. So Druid is still a hard matchup, even after what I told you. But alright, so on the draw, Leper Gnome is not that good, but you still keep it. Main reason being, you want to get off to an early start. I don't want to keep this Hunter's Mark because I don't want to drop 2 of them. You want to get off to an early start, and you don't want them to be wild growthing in the early game. So a lot of the times what ends up happening is you play your Leper Gnome on turn 2, and then they wild growth anyway. That's a mistake, but they do that a lot. So you can often enough just get value out of your Leper Gnome, and even if they do just kill it, you still deal 3 damage to them. They gain 1 armor from the shapeshift, and then they take 2, and then they take another 2. Oh yeah, also Arcane Shots can be used towards the final combos. Interesting thing about this deck is you usually, or not usually, but often enough, you play Leroy on the second to last turn of the game, because you want to get him in before the Taunters. So yeah, I mean, unsurprising that my opponent just hit here. Hopefully I draw an Eagle Horn Bow. Oh, he's going to Innervate out a Wild Growth? Sure. I mean, it's not great for me, but it's not terrible for me either. There's a Misdirection. That's really bad against Druid. You've got to play a creature out for it to be worth it. So I have to decide if I want to just do the smart play and just shoot, or drop this thing here. Yeah, I'm actually going to drop the Animal Companion. Ugh, worst one. But the reason why is because if it's Huffer, then I automatically get in 4 damage. If it's Leok, then I'll probably get in 4 extra damage, because it's the turn before my opponent can play creatures. So even though I'm kind of wasting the coin and value and stuff like that, it's still a worthy play. If I draw a 3-drop next turn, this play just becomes insanely powerful. A 3-drop that's not Arcane Golem, because I don't want to play Arcane Golem. Well, maybe I can. He's already up to 6 mana anyway. So he's probably just going to attack me. It wouldn't make that much sense to attack Leok, unless he's got a Wrath in hand, in which case it would make some sense. There's an Owl. Alright, so yeah, Misdirection wouldn't be good. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, Freezing Trap doesn't. Alright, I'm just going to shoot him here. It's not great, but I mean, I am dealing some damage to my opponent. He hasn't done anything yet, which is good for me. And if he's got like a 6-drop that he wants to play here, oh, he's just going to play a Harvest Golem and a Mark of the Wild. All right, so here's a good opportunity for Freezing Trap or Ironbeak Owl. All right, now I have Starving Buzzard. That really wants me to play Ironbeak Owl, but I'm actually just going to play Freezing Trap. I think it's a little bit more conservative and a little bit more intelligent. It's like a straight up 2-for-1. Well, not really. It's a 1-for-1 with added value because this thing sending back to his hand for 5 mana is just never going to make him want to cast that card. It would be really awesome if I also had an Eagle Horn Bow out right now. Eagle Horn Bow is the most important card in the deck. It allows you to get in significantly extra damage, but I mean, a 4/5 is not as... Oh, okay, he's just healing. So, it's probably the correct play. It's tempting to use Hunter's Mark on this, and I really, really want to, but I don't think I can. I can also Kill Command it. It's also really tempting. I have a Hunter's Mark and an Owl in hand, so I think I actually is going to be my play. I know I said that you almost always want to save the kill commands, but here is just such a powerful play, and I already get my discount, or like the discount on the kill command. So instead of dealing 5 damage so far, it's dealt, or instead of dealing 0 damage, it's still dealt 2 so far. More life gain, sure, you got it, my friend. All right, tracking is pretty good here. Man, that's a tough one, because I do want the other kill command, and I think I'm just going to pick it up here instead of the Unleash. Unleash is really good with Buzzard, but my opponent doesn't have very many creatures out anyway, so we're just going to do the same play as last turn. Unfortunately, no more kill commands left in deck, so this is going to be a tough one to win, but I mean, we'll see. We still have some play. My opponent's played 2 of his possible 3 life gain spells, and I'm still alive, so I actually have card advantage against the Druid. Crazy. After he's played 2 Ancient Lords. Well, there goes my card advantage, but either way, this should be fine. Hopefully he doesn't have a Wrath. I'm really enjoying the 2 free damage that I'm getting out of this Leok. So far, my kill command should have done 10 damage, but I mean, like, also killing the 5/5s allows me to live longer, not just keep my Leok alive, so I think it's pretty important. Innervate. Is this a Sunwalker here? No, it's a Druid of the Claw in charge mode. Awesome. Alright, so I could play Explosive Trap here, but I think Misdirection will help me out a little bit more. Gets in 4 damage right now. And yeah, I could use my other Unleash the Hounds at some point, or even... I mean, yeah, Unleash would be pretty good here. Yeah, he's probably just going to attack. He's going to deal 4 damage to himself. But I have a Hunter's Mark and an Ironbeak Owl, so I think I'm okay. I really could have used the Eagle Horn Bow a long time ago. I would have won this game. But that's okay. Alright, which one is that going on? I figured. Wish I had my Misdirection back. Okay, what to do? Other Starving Buzzard. 2, 4, 6. So if I play all these 3 beasts out, then I actually won't have enough. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to... I think Hunter's Mark this one. Oh, maybe I should have Hunter's Mark the other one. Explosive Trap and shoot. The reason why I should have Hunter's Mark that one is because I could have killed that one with an Arcane Shot next turn. So that seems to be a mistake. Alright. It does make sense for him to attack with this in case it's another Misdirection. If it's a Misdirection and he just does it this way, then one of his creatures has, or both of his creatures have the chance to die. But if he does that, then, well, actually, it's questionable because, yeah, no, it works either way. Alright, so there was that the 5 mana one? Okay, so I think we're going to play some Starving Buzzards here. Hunter's Mark, sure. To draw a couple of cards off this one. Come on, Unleash. Come on. Ugh. Alright. Eagle Horn Bow's a good one here. Hunter's Mark this thing. And just go upstairs. I have plenty of mana, so I don't really have to worry about Arcane Shotting right now. But this game's going pretty well still. I have the Owl and an Arcane Golem in hand. If I draw Leroy, that's pretty much just going to be game. Obviously, I don't think that my buzzards are going to live here. Okay, I'm taking some hits. I probably got 1 or 2 more turns here. Depends on if he's playing the Savage Roar Unleash combo. Usually when they're playing Wild Growth, they're not playing that combo, but it's not absurd to expect that. Alright, so this is 7, 9, 11, 14. He's dead. So like even this game where like my opponent does a lot of things to make it seem like it's going his way, I was still able to finish it out, actually. So yeah, that was a pretty sweet game. I mean, that's what normally ends up happening against Druids. It was a little weird because he played both of the Ancient of Lores there, but even so, I was able to get past those. So yeah, I'll play one more game. But I mean, that's pretty much how it's been like since I started playing this deck. I started playing it, I did like reasonably well, and then I just was not too much of a fan of the Unleashes, so I took them out. The Unleashes and the Buzzards, but what's been happening a lot is that my Unleashed combos are not winning me the game with the Hounds. It's just the draw power drawing into like kill commands and stuff that's been really, really useful. Alright, so another Druid. None of these cards are particularly good against Druid. So we're going to throw them all back. Hope to get some Eaglehorn Bows. I mean, again, Eaglehorn Bow is pretty much the most important card in the matchup. I mulligan to it, and if I don't have it in my opening hand, I'm upset. There's some consideration for me to be playing at least one flare just to cycle a card, but Lepernome's too late. I'd rather shoot this turn. I'll play him on a separate turn when I can put out another threat as well, or I'll probably just play him next turn where I can shoot and then play Lepernome. And again, like if my opponent's just shapeshifting on turn 3, that's actually an advantage for me. It doesn't really seem like it, but just him slowing his curve down so that he has to match mine is good. So as much as I said I like the kill commands in this deck for finishers, they're finishers. So this hand is really, really bad right now because I've got basically 5 cards that are finishers. I have no Eaglehorn Bows, I have no traps, I just have nothing that I want to be doing early in the game. So is this a Sunwalker here? It's probably the only... Oh, Karn, sure. I mean, that's not bad for him. It's not good either. Uther. Alright, no good options here, as I said. I don't really have any good cards in my hand. I could play, like, just Leroy here, but that's probably bad. I think I'm actually gonna play this trap, but I'm just gonna hit him. And the reason, I mean, this trap doing 2 damage is fine. Like that's what it does. Occasionally it'll get me, or some matchups it's insane against Druid. It doesn't really do anything. I mean, they don't have any cheap minions. Every once in a while you'll be able to pick off their minions, but all right, that's awesome. I would have much rather him do that than silence it. He didn't even attack. Oh my god, that's amazing for me. All right, Arcane Golem it is. I have all this burn damage in hand. I just need to get him upstairs. So yeah, next turn I will be playing Leroy if he doesn't put up taunters. I don't have anything to get rid of taunters right now. My hand is so pretty right now. It's Arcane Shot, Kill Command, then Leroy in the middle, then Kill Command, then Arcane Shot. It's just like a little picture thingy, whatever they call those things. I like it. So yeah, I would have liked to... I actually could have played Leroy and Arcane Shot last turn. I have a lot of burn in hand, so it's not really... It's more of how quickly can I deploy my burn, rather than how quickly... Or rather than being mana efficient. Alright, so... Let's see. If I play this for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, he goes down to 6, and then I can kill him next turn. I can also just play this, and then he goes down to 8. It doesn't really matter playing the beast this turn. It just, I guess, puts up a threat maybe for him to get past. Yeah, I guess I'll do that though. Then the next turn, well, yeah, then the next turn I can play Kill Command for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So if he doesn't gain life next turn, he's gonna die here. It doesn't really do any benefit to kill command and not shoot, because the kill command is only worth 3 virtually because I left 2 on the bench. But yeah, hopefully he's not going to gain life here. Anything else? If he, I mean, he might have an Ancient of Lore. There's a good chance that he does. That is fine as long as this isn't a healing touch. Did I account for that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I did. And I can play all these, right? 7, yeah. So, I mean, sometimes you just get the good draws, I guess. 3, 6. I mean, like, I don't know what you want me to say, but, like, burn is good, I guess? I don't know. That's one thing that I think was really underestimated about the Hunter deck. I mean, obviously when it was more in its mid-rangey form, it wasn't really trying to do this. It was more trying to gain board advantage and then finish out with maybe a kill command, but more likely just steady beatdowns, keep shooting them. But this deck just has so much explosive damage. It's just reminiscent of Mage. I mean, Test Season 2, I think, I was playing this awesome Mage deck. That was before they nerfed Shattered Sun Cleric and Defender of Argus and Novice Engineer. So I just had like a whole bunch of draw. I had good draw power in my Novice and my Loot Hoarders. I had great pump creatures with Shattered Sun being a 3/3 and Defender of Argus being a 3/3. Right? It was a 3/3. Yeah, Defender of Argus being a 3/3, and then I had the game to. Also, the most important nerf for that deck was that Pyroblast was 8, so you just got to kill them on turn 8 every time because you had Fireballs and Pyroblasts, and you didn't have to deal with the silly Mage deck now that's hyper aggressive, and they're playing a whole bunch of like kill spell, or they're playing Ice Lances and Frostbolts. I mean, I probably played Frostbolts in that deck, I don't remember. But that deck was so good because you're able to get board control early, deal a lot of damage, and then finish them out with burn spells. And your hero ability still dealt the damage. It's not quite the 2 that Hunter does. But, I mean, with Hunter's ability to shoot, kill command dealing 5 damage is virtually dealing 7 damage, which is better than a Fireball. I mean, it's 7 damage for 5 mana, and Arcane Shot is dealing 4 damage for 3 mana. So there's a lot of burn in this deck, and it's sweet. It really is the style that I like to play, not just Hearthstone, but also Magic the Gathering. I like burning people out. I like dealing damage early, and then figuring out clever ways to kill them at the end. Counting for lethal is fun. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Sorry the draft didn't go too well, but hopefully you enjoyed the Hunter beatdowns towards the end. Have a wonderful day. Bye.